Hello students, and welcome to Lesson 7, Day 3. Today we're going to be playing the song A Little Blues. This is our first jazz-based piece. And we're going to be discussing the rules about accidentals and how you can go from an accidental throughout the measure and whether they stay flat or they stay sharp. And that rule that we discussed in Day 1. We discussed the rule in Day 1. We were looking at our theory. Now we're going to do it in practice. Let me play the whole song first. Okay, let's go over some easy stuff. First of all, you're in our G position, of course, as we've been in the past few lessons. Our chord in the left hand is this, G, B, D. We've had this a bunch of times so far. Then we go to G, C, E. Now we have a little bit more difficult motion. We've got to go down to our D chord right after the C chord. So we're going G to the C. Pretty easy motion. Just move these fingers over. Then we move everybody over and we play the D chord, and then it's back to the G chord. So the first thing I would practice would be this. Then moving over here, and then playing this. Okay? So get used to that. Now let's look at our right hand. We're in our standard G position. Here's our first measure. Notice a few things about this measure. First of all, we start on B. The next note is marked B flat. The note after that is not marked B flat, but don't forget what we talked about. If he makes it B flat, the next one is going to also have to be B flat. But then look at the the fourth note of the measure. He puts the natural sign, and it's back to regular B. So again, to go over it, B, B flat, B flat, marks it B natural, and then you go to D. Okay? So one more time, the right hand first measure. Next measure, pretty easy, C, B, B flat, and then the next note is A. Now the one thing that's tricky about this second measure is this. We start on 4, 4 on C, 3 on B, 2 on B flat, and then 1 on A. We kind of have to adjust our fingers, and we're going to see more of this in Deck the Halls because we're going to start getting out of this basic 5-finger position. We're going to start doing little variations. So I would go 4, 3, 2, 1. An alternate possibility is this. Like that. Just sliding the 2-finger down. Very easy to do. So either one of those work. 4, 3, 2, 1 works, or 4, 3, 2, 2 works. Okay? Let's look at third measure right hand. Pretty simple at first, starting on the D. Then we've got our B flat. Then he changes it to B natural, to D. And then remember the natural still in effect. So we're back to B natural. And then last note, last measure, G. Okay, here's the last two measures again. D, D, C, C, B flat, B, D, B, G. Okay? Let's put it together one more time, and I want to show you a new effect. Here's the first measure. Now, did you notice something different about these eighth notes? Look at the first measure. Look at how I played it. Notice instead of going, I went like this. What I did was I did the eighth notes in a swing style. This is very, very common in jazz and blues. And so instead of going, I go. You've probably heard this before if you've heard jazz-based pieces. This happens all the time. Okay? And basically it's kind of like this. It's a one count here and then a long, short. Okay, we can do this in the second measure. 1, long, short, 4. And then long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, and then hold. That's called swinging the eighth notes. It definitely makes it sound a lot more jazzy. So let's put it all together one more time. And off. Be sure to hold that last note for 4 counts. Okay? I will see you in the next lesson on day 4. We're going to finish up the song Deck the Halls. We're going to do part 2 of that song. That's going to be the hardest song you're going to have to do this week.